You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
What you talking about, Will?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Did I do that?
KnoItAllz Nation, thanks for tapping in for a Thursday night episode of the JAG2G podcast. Just a guy, that's me, my two geniuses, my boy Rory and Snoopy Lives, aka Steven. Maybe it's Steven, aka Snoopy Lives in the building. But fellas, what's good? What's good, man? Steven, I know you on the way to moving. How much longer you got in your current spot, man?
Probably about another month is the max. I'll probably be able to start moving stuff within the next couple weeks. So I'll probably put my notice in like another week or so.
Okay. Yeah, man. You know, out here, Rory, $1 million living, man. Steven living a big high rise. He moving up, going to get his own townhouse and stuff. Dude, making things happen out here in these streets without the millions yet, man. But he on his way.
Just rolling.
I did. I bought a car too, guys. I bought a car.
You said you was gonna pull up this past weekend. I ain't hear from you.
Yeah, I didn't. I had to. I was planning on buying the car Thursday night, and then I didn't get it until Saturday.
The part I said that you are totally ignoring, I didn't hear from you.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't say you didn't come through. I didn't say you didn't drive your new car by.
It was both. You didn't come through, and you didn't hear from him.
Yeah.
Right. Well, he could have said, "I'm not coming through" if I heard from him.
No, I feel you.
But yeah, man, just giving you a hard time. And you still younger than me, man. Us OGs live by a code. Man. Well, Roy, what's good with you, man? What's up?
Nothing, just living the Texas dream, I guess. The Texas miracle. The Texas, I don't know. It's just Texas. So I'm down here.
I haven't been to Texas in 2000-ish, like 25 years probably.
You're always welcome to stay here, Kev. You're always welcome to stay here. Just
hey, man, yeah, I stayed at your place when you lived down in Cincinnati, when you lived in Baltimore in the hood. I mean, I never came out to see you when you was in Vegas.
No, you didn't. That's messed up too.
And not in Indiana.
Nope.
But by that time you was married, so I'm not coming. The other place I hung out with you was a bachelor. We was doing bachelor stuff.
Wait. No, you were married when you came to see me in Baltimore.
No, I wasn't. You lived in Round Town. I hadn't met Valerie yet. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about remember you came to visit me? We went to the markets and took some photos. When I was living in Federal Hill.
I remember that. I got the coolest photos somewhere me standing up against a brick wall somewhere.
Exactly. I got that photo. Hey, wait, Kev. Let me get this. You got let me get this photo.
You got the photo rights to that, don't you?
I do still have the photo rights to that one. It's a good photo. Okay. It was a good photo.
I forgot about that one weekend. I did because my wife wasn't the first woman I brought to stay with you. At that place, it was only before that. Before that, though. before I was married, though. So let's not get it twisted. But yeah, man. So how's you guys' week been, Eric? TV, you look tired, man. Like you had a long day. I mean,
I spent a lot of today catching up because there was some stuff I had to take care of, family stuff I had to take care of at the beginning of the week, so I wasn't at work.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am kind of tired. Today was a long day. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty long day, but we'll be all right.
Okay. Well, we won't be long. I mean, we just want to tap in, keep our consistency up, bring you guys shows that not necessarily talking about the game, but talking about the stuff around the game, different stuff, different topics there. We got some stuff in the queue set up. We'll talk about going forward. We'll get into some of those topics. I haven't even sent them to you guys yet, but I have them ready and I'll let you know. I'll send them to you heads up so you can, because you're always doing research or paying attention to stuff, whether it's time to do it or not, right? You gather your intel as you go along. You don't just, it's time to gather intel. But you guys are geniuses. You guys know this. You stay ready, you don't got to get ready, right? So if I send you a topic and you hear anything on it, you put it into your mental Rolodex, lock it in. Then when we discuss it, you have been accumulating knowledge and information on said topic, said discussion topic.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll get it out there to you guys probably this weekend. I got two things ready to go. But man, today we're going to talk about the dead season And Steven, this was kind of your idea, man. Go ahead and explain to us what the dead season is, man.
So the dead season is pretty much the sports gap, and this is an American phenomenon, but it is the sports gap that exists after the Super Bowl. And what happens is the NBA season gets into this kind of weird bog down where it's right before All-Star break. So a lot of guys start slowing down, and that's actually the part of the season. Post All-Star break is a part of the season where if your team is cruising, guys kind of start to chill, and they don't, they're not really trying to get hurt until it's worth risking it in the dog days of the season. So it's a little bit different now with the play-in, only a little bit. There are still teams that I think hit the cruise button, especially those teams that are up near the top three. They're not, if they're rolling, maybe they're playing really hard to keep rolling. But if you're in third or fourth place, you're not playing that hard, I don't think. And then we see the same thing happen in hockey. Hockey slows down as well. It kind of bogs down right before there's a big playoff push. And
the Stanley Cup starts, I believe. Playoffs start in April.
They start in April, right? And it's a similar thing where a lot of times in hockey, in terms of conference standings, teams have already really started to settle. And if you're cruising, you're really not pressing the gas at this point. And then lastly, we're at the beginning we're in spring training for baseball. So a lot of the guys that we're seeing are not going to be playing on these teams. So what happens in American sports is people see a lull in sports activity on TV, and you see a lot of shallowness in the conversation that happens amongst sports pundits, and you just see kind of just a dry attitude towards sports in the U.S. between now and about March, let's say the tail end of the very beginning of March, once the NCAA men's basketball conference championships start to mellow out, and we start to get a bracket, then things really start to pick back up, and then they pretty much roll for the rest of the summer.
There's a lull in the summertime too, though. There's definitely a lull in the summertime.
That's why they call it.
We can talk about that too.
Okay,
and we'll get to it. First, I want to know what Rory's thoughts is when we say the dead season. How would you describe it? You agree with Steven? Would you say it another way? Like, how would you describe it?
I mean, I'm sorry to tell you guys this. If you are a U.S. centric human being, which I think you both are, then yes, this is the dead. Yeah, this is a dead zone for you. There's a semi-dead zone. But if you are anything other than U.S., this is the best time. This is Premier League. This is La Liga. This is Serie A. You know what I'm saying? This is. I think when the race heats up.
Steven started with American sports.
I agree, but hey, that's not me. So this is my favorite time of year. This is when
you're a rich Jamaican. So you can't even be part of the discussion. Why you in your recliner sleep then? Wake up and watch some soccer.
I do wake up in the this is the best. Once again, this is the best time. This is when things are starting to heat up. This is near the end of the season. We got at this point maybe 12 games left. It's the run for the Premier League. It's the run for FA Cup. I mean, there's so much going on at this point. The UEFA's kicking off in full swing. We're down to the final 16 in UEFA. Boy, oh boy, this is the best time to live and exist at this point. But yes, if you are just watching U.S. sports, oh yeah, this is time to put the snooze on. This is time to put the All-Star game's a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's not even worth watching it. They're trying to spice it up. USA versus the world. This no one cares about. No one's playing.
It was actually better this year.
It was entertaining. I was about to say, are you salty that the world lost? Is that why?
I'm a little salty.
Yeah, that's what.
My boy B Rock was there. B Rock was there with his boo shell,
showing off those shins. Those shins.
But to Rory, it was good basketball, man, especially from the world guys. A lot of the young guys.
I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying it's been better. You're right. It was better this year than it has in previous years. I'm not going to dispute that.
They took it more seriously. It was more competitive. And was it because they put the USA versus the world on it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little spark. It might a little spark.
What I didn't like, and I was doing a show yesterday with my homegirl Devin, our Coast to Coast Steelers Coast to Coast show. She's out in California. She worked for the Clippers, so they were hosting the All-Star game. So she was part of helping get that stuff ready and all that stuff. And I complained to her. She said she heard a lot of complaints on social media about, like, I went to go watch the 3-point contest and All-Star Saturday night. That's what it's always been. You know, I'm ready to sit down, think about what I'm going to eat and stuff, sit down about 6:30 because it's going to start about 7:30, 8 o'clock, right? It had already happened, the 3-point shootout. I said, what? Dame Lillard won, got an alert on my phone. I'm sitting down to watch it, and everything, it started at 5 p.m. Eastern. Like, wait, this is All-Star Saturday night. Why are we starting this at 5 p.m.?
Where is it being hosted?
In California, which is the reason maybe it starts at 11 then. To me, better than 5 p.m. To me, I mean, it's being hosted in LA. So typically stuff starts in LA, starts later. So the world time, the East Coast time, people can adapt to us.
Yeah,
right?
It's usually 8.
Yeah, it's usually 8 o'clock.
Usually 8 o'clock. It's usually 8.
Even the All-Star game was early. It was at 6 o'clock.
It's pretty early.
She told me because NBC was hosting it and they got the Winter Olympics and stuff. It was kind of like this year was because of that. So maybe next year we'll be back with the All-Star Saturday night like we like it. Maybe next year, because I know I seen conversation, they tweeted it out, a text thread between like Steph Curry and Dame Lillard and Klay Thompson and Devin Booker. Talking about, man, we got to get in this 3-point contest next year and bring the stars back out for stuff. So maybe some guys will get in the slam dunk contest. And Edwards is gonna carry this thing too, like that's MVP.
That's what I was gonna say actually too. Is a fun point. Is that part of this is the NBA understands that this is kind of a lull in terms of viewership for their season. So a lot of times they take the All-Star weekend to try stuff out. Like this tournament, this little mini tournament that we saw, you could see that replace the NBA Cup or whatever. And a lot of this is they're trying to build rivalries amongst these young guys because I think they're thinking about an NBA that doesn't have LeBron or Steph in it anymore, you know? And I'd be scared if I were the NBA, honestly.
I can say that when it comes to the NBA, and when I watch the games, I could be, you know, growing up in the 80s and the 90s, they were rivalries. You know what I mean? They were true vicious rivalries.
Vicious is the key word.
It was hate. There was hate.
Vicious hate.
There just isn't the hate anymore. These guys.
That's what I was just going to say, Roy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And if you can hate LeBron and you can really hate Steph because they know how to win. They know how to
amongst win. not from the fans, among each other.
Yeah,
among the players,
right? They get along.
They love each other. I'm like, man, forget this. They get this,
and they're the old dudes,
right?
Yeah. I was watching a game the other day. It was the 76ers versus the New York Knicks. This is right before the All-Star game. Man, they were just chilling, chatting. Just I was like, what? I said, this is the 76ers versus the Knicks, and they're like, and they would get, and the 76ers were getting whooped at home, and I was like, this is not real anymore. This is like, I don't know what has to light the fire on these people.
Okay.
There's no fire.
In the Knicks defense, they hate Boston. They really, really hate Boston. Like, for real. Like, it's not a game. They fight them and stuff. So, like, that's a real... I don't know if Boston knows it's a rivalry, but the Knicks think it's a rivalry.
But there are rivalries when both teams are good, and there's story rivalries. And that's a story geographical rivalry, right? They're close to each other. They're New York and Boston. But I think it goes deeper than that. And I think it's societal and cultural now. Kids grow up together in AAU. Kids want to play together. Back in the days, me and Roy talk about, you read about dudes in Hoop magazine or something like that, or 5-star or whatever it was. You know what I mean? And you read about dudes, and if you were fortunate enough to play them in the summer somewhere, travel basketball and stuff, you wanted to go at, oh, I heard about this dude. You ain't seen clips on YouTube and inboxing him, and we know each other and we becoming friends.
DMing each other.
Yeah, like, no, it was none of that. It was none of that. Like, dudes, jokers heard about each other, and we got together. I'm going to prove I'm that guy. You not that guy. I'm that guy. And the rivalries developed in Magic and Larry Bird, you know, in college, and it carried over to the pros. It's just so happened we worked out where Bird went to Boston, his, you know, historic franchise.
It started, I hate to be racist though. It was almost like
that too.
It was
and
when I
the WNBA got aboard when Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese came, they trying to set that up. Chicago just got to get good.
But that's what I'm saying about the NBA, Kevin, is that importantly, they have players that have star talent, but they don't have a lot of young stars. Wendy is going to be a star. That goes without question. Everybody can understand that. But Ant is a guy. Ant is a guy to me is a star. But you look at some of the guys who are like the best players in the league, like Joker. Joker is not a star. He is a player. He's a player. He's not. He doesn't care.
You're mixing up star with dog. Ant is a dog. That's the difference. He got that dog mentality that Jokers don't have now.
No, but to me, Ant is also a star. Ant could be the guy to carry the league if they get good enough.
What the hell is the 3-time MVP who's already won a championship?
Okay, but I'm not arguing that the guy is good. I'm not arguing that, Kevin. But do you think that people like him and they're like, "Yay, let's root for Joker," or even to a point where he's so good that people hate him and they're like, "I want to see Joker lose." I've never heard somebody say, "I hate Joker." I've heard Bama say I hate LeBron.
People hate Joker.
I've heard Bama say I hate
people hate that he was so good when he.
I've never heard somebody say I hate Joker.
They actually discount the fact that he's Serbian. People see him as white, so they hate Joker for like, oh, I want to see that white boy win. Whether we admit it or not, whether we say it to ourselves internally, subconsciously, people think that people do hate Joker. Joker is a great player. A top 3 player in the NBA right now.
I just said he's one of the best players in the league. But I said he's not a star because to me, a star is a guy who's polarizing. People love him and they hate him.
People hate on Joker.
That guy can carry the league. 3-time MVP, and don't nobody care about Joker, and that's a shame. It's a shame to me. It's a shame to anybody who likes basketball. But let's be honest.
Good. He doesn't care about being good. They hate on Joker that he's good and he doesn't care about being good in the NBA.
He's like, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of like Tim Duncan, where it's like, dude, he's like the best guy in the league, but it's like he don't want to be famous. He don't have any desire to be famous. I never said it's not okay.
Nothing's wanting to be good on the court.
You cannot be a star and not be famous. The two go hand in hand. Part of being a star is being able to carry the fame. Can we agree on that?
I mean, we got various personalities. We got different personalities. I mean, Steph is not that guy. Steph game trend. Steph hitting all the threes from half court is what makes Steph. You don't go out and say,
but all the Splash Brothers and putting Bamas to sleep. That's charismatic, Kevin. That's star. That's like, come on, man. Like we talking about.
I'll give you that part of it. I mean, you know,
but if we just talk about a guy who can shoot, then how come Clay is not as famous as Steph? You know what I'm saying? Some guys are
Clay
stars.
is not a better shooter than Steph.
I'm not saying
and Steph has better handles than Clay.
Yeah, and is Kevin Durant a star?
Kevin Durant's a star.
What's he do?
I don't really know Kevin, but I don't know why he's a star.
He talks some trash.
Because he's from PG County. That's some of that homerism.
That's not what I'm saying. Because
What's he do? He gets on his burner account on Twitter. What's he do? That's star
he starts stuff, but like. I don't know why he's a star, but he is.
He's got 2 NBA championships. That dude. He
does have 2 championships.
Carry Steph to two of the one Steph got.
He did.
But
He
I
did.
think
Yeah.
there's young stars. Now, Wemby's a star. Wemby's not that guy. Wemby's worldwide. Joker's worldwide. Luka's worldwide.
I think Wemby is going to be that guy, though. I think Wemby's going to grow into
I don't see that mentality in Wemby. I see more Tim Duncan than I do Kevin Garnett.
I see Tim Duncan every time I look at Joker, and that's what I'm like. It's like, man,
no,
I get it, but it's like people are not gonna love you, dude. Like that's just how it's gonna work. This is how you're gonna carry it. And that's fine, but all I'm saying is to be a star in any sport, carrying the fame is a part of it. If you choose not to carry the fame, then you're not a star. You're just a great player. You know what I'm saying? If you're a great player, you can't. A great
player is a star. The league needs Joker.
That's not true though. The league does need Joker, but all great players are not stars. I just disagree with that.
There've been a lot of players who were elite basketball players who didn't do what you're saying. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was an elite basketball player.
He carried the fame, man. Don't even stop. He was a Converse spokesperson. Stop it. You talking about people who
he didn't care.
At a
he
time,
didn't care.
Kareem was a Converse
spokesperson about being a great.
He had no Converse deal. He didn't. It wasn't.
No, that was Magic.
Everyone had Converse deal. Everyone had Converse deal. Everybody had a Converse deal.
Okay. All I'm saying is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was one of the most famous people in the country at one point. So to act like he didn't carry the fame
because he changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for like we talked about with the social.
Right, and I was about to say he leveraged his fame to help his activism.
John Stockton, the entire Utah Jazz were elite players who didn't care about the fame.
Okay, and Karl Malone was a star because of how good he was, but John Stockton was not a star. He was a great player. There is a big difference between being a star
an elite point guard
and being a great player. That's all I'm saying, bro. And being famous is part of that gap.
No. John Stockton was an elite point guard. You can't take that away from that dude. He's
I never took it away from him. That doesn't make you a star. That's all I'm saying, man.
I think
Robert Horry got how many rings? 8 rings? Is he a star? Come on, guys.
He's not even in discussion of the player for players we talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah, but we said John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Okay,
we said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
My theory on Karl Malone is Karl Malone. Nobody cared what was going. Karl Malone was hated because he was perceived as a sellout, a cowboy black boy. We don't like him either. So he was polarizing. Oh, he elbowed Isaiah Thomas. Oh, he had a baby with a 14-year-old girl. Allegedly, no, that's a real thing. But
that came out later, though. That came out
way later. You can't hold that against
people. All those things is why Karl Malone is different than polarizing and a star. These guys are stars on the court. You know, I don't think my favorite team, Donovan Mitchell. I don't think Donovan Mitchell's a star. I think he goes with Coco Jones, who's a star in music, and as a couple, they're like, Travis Kelce for the Kansas City Chiefs, not a star. He with Taylor Swift. Is that up him? But it don't lessen him on the field. He's a Hall of Fame player. He's a star tight end.
At this point, he's a star because he's famous off the field now too.
But because of her, not because of him.
Yeah, but now he's famous. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how he got the fame. He
has
it now.
That dating show for a hot second, people. He craved the limelight. I think you got to take him out of the equation on that one.
But yeah,
but Joker is elite. He doesn't want to be. He doesn't care about being. It's just natural for him.
He don't care about. Yeah, he don't care about.
Natural for him,
and that's fine. But you know what? I'll give you this. I'll name a guy who was both a guy who had elite skill and wanted to win and was a dog, but also could carry being a star. And that's Kobe Bryant. Kobe was a dog, and he did not. He was like famous from as like a teenager. At the same time, but still, being a star is carrying the fame. That's the part of it.
Love Kobe because of the game. Kobe had a love affair with basketball.
But I'm not taking anything away from his talent on the court. But I'm saying Kobe is a guy who could carry it.
Kobe is not quite your generation. Kobe and Kevin Garnett is the last of the dying breed of the NBA we was used to when they retired.
Yeah.
And Kevin Garnett grade be 50, and Kobe would be turning 48. So them jokers is the last of what we talking about. Kobe didn't like jokers. Kobe didn't play in practice. Kobe, like MJ, will come up to you, get in your face, punch you. In the dream team, his own teammate, Paul Gasol. Watch, I'm gonna hit Paul. Boom. Let Paul have it, laid him out. Kobe is a dog because of that. And his game,
that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. Like there was
you talking about star power and advertising deals and all that. I'm talking about jokers being friendly on the court. Let's meet up for dinner after the game and hang out. Them not dogs. But Ant has that in him. I
said that Ant has it in him.
He's one of the few.
I disagree with you. I think Wemby has it in him. The kid is young, man. You gotta give him chance. You gotta give him time. Nah, but he be doing some dog stuff on the offensive end of the
he's a great player, but he's not that mentality.
You gotta let him. He's a kid. You gotta remember how young he is, Kevin. You gotta let a dog gotta grow into a dog.
No,
Kobe was like that from jump. Yeah,
Kobe talking. Yeah, Kobe went to Kevin Garnett, went to players. I'm trying to find out what I need to do. Kobe was taking last shots. Kobe shot an air ball when he was a rookie or second year in the playoffs against Utah, that Karl Malone team, and got better from it. He went through them experiences, but he was already had the dog in him. Come out of high school, you can see it. Wemby is way more Tim Duncan than he is Kevin Garnett.
Let him get to a playoffs first. Let him lose.
It's gonna be like Tim Duncan.
Let him lose deep in the playoffs. He got to get that experience. That's
why San Antonio's
they got a good team. They got a decent team right now. They not quite a championship team, I don't think. So they gonna lose, and we gonna see how he reacts to that. Some guys come back and he's gonna get better
as he develops, Steven. But he's not gonna be Kevin Garnett telling Carmelo, "Yeah, your wife, Lala stuff smell like Cheerios." Starting stuff with guys, man. These jokers suckers, man. They some punk ass jokers.
I don't know. You gotta let him learn some more English, Kevin. You gotta let him learn.
He speaks great English. He
does speak great. He gotta learn idioms and stuff like that, Rory. There's nuance. There's nuance to it.
If that was the case, he talk stuff in French. He don't do. It's not his personality. That's all I'm saying. Not his personality.
You know who I thought was gonna be like that for a hot second? Kyrie. I thought Kyrie was going to be a carryover to that type of mindset, and then he went crazy. Then he went on the other end.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
He went somewhere else. Kyrie, I know. I saw him in the was it last year or 2 years ago in the finals. He lost that dog. He's not that person no more. He's not that person no more.
I mean, he was final for Dallas 2 years ago, but
2 years ago.
I was gonna say he still got that. He still got.
I didn't say he's not. He's still skilled. He's still skilled. He just doesn't have that.
He has supreme confidence, which is what Kobe had. Jason Tatum has supreme confidence, but are he going to talk to you? Today's culture, you're not going to go up and like Larry Bird would come in and walk in and say, which one of you guys will take home second place? You know, like you would talk to old jokers like, yes, Reggie, who talk more stuff than anybody when you play? Larry Bird. You didn't know it, but you heard about it. Larry Bird was a dog. Michael Jordan was a dog. Isaiah Thomas was a dog. It's just the old school. It's just the way that those guys was, man, how they came up. It's not like that anymore. Ant is different. Ant is an outlier in today's game as far as that means.
Well, for one thing, we have to see how the league emerges. There is no one breakout young guy to me other than Wemby, and I think Ant is kind of behind him just because I think
Shea, dog on the court. He ain't no dog.
Shea is a dog too, but it's like to me
on the court.
It's another thing where it's like, why is this guy not more popular? Like he's everything that all of these Bama's say that they like.
Well, that's why I say it's a difference in being you saying star. I'm saying polarizing. He's not polarizing. Shea is a nice guy from Canada.
Yeah,
you know, he has his family. Interracially married, not knocking it, but so people in the culture, but look at him different. They don't get behind Shea. I respect his game. Oh, right. He a dog on the court, but you not look at him like that. Versus Clay get more props for being with who he with, not Cardi B,
with Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
But I think you
Clay
mentioned
get more props about
Tatum.
that now than he do his game.
You mentioned Tatum, and I think that's a great example. Is that you play for Boston, so like, you know, automatically, you know, people are gonna look at you a certain way, even if you're black. You know what I'm saying? You play for Boston, and a guy with that kind of talent, with that kind of resume, should be a star. He should be the face of the league, man. He should be on the Wheaties box and all of that crap. He should have, and it's weird that
do they do that no more? Who is that? That's not Ant either. He not on the face of none. He got a Sprite commercial.
Nah, that's Durant. Durant got the shoes that people buy and stuff like that. Other than that, it's people buy Jordans and Yeezys. But that guy doesn't play basketball.
And Hardens. And people buy my students love the Hardens.
It's so spread out now, man.
Yeah.
Back in the day, everybody had that guy. Nike was Jordan forever. LeBron probably sold the second most shoes for Nike after Jordan. Steph just left Under Armour. He was by far their main guy. Adidas got Ant. I think Ant probably is number one, but they got Donovan Mitchell too. I mean, and they got Harden. But I mean, so different. I mean, like, you just buy the shoes of the player you like because everybody gets shoe deals now. Back in the day, everybody didn't get shoe deals. You had to be a dog to get a shoe deal.
They had the you had Birds green Converse.
Magic's purple and gold.
I think Kevin's more referring to me, like my time as a young person when a lot of guys had shoes. I wore Garnett shoes, but they were a lot of guys.
Jordan changed that. Jordan changed the entire shoe game, though.
Yeah,
when I was in junior high, the Converse weapons, Magic and Bird had the commercial. They were standing back to back with their shoes in the ad. Then Jordan came around in 85. They came out in 85. Got my Jordan ones, the first ones, Christmas of 85. I got my first pair of Jordans, the red and black ones. I got it because I'm a sneakerhead. I got a pair right here, fresh to death. Jordan, not the same ones I got in 85, but I got them. But
if you
still,
have those, it'll be worth some cash and the bucks.
Right. But I'm saying that it's different now because Shaq made his own shoe. Marbury made his own shoe. You know what I mean? You had who started Lonzo Ball, and his dad made the balls. The
baller.
Like, everybody get a shoe deal. If you don't get one, you make your own. It's different now. Only dogs got Dominique Wilkins had Brooks. Hakeem Olajuwon had Etonics. I can remember every shoe that the great players had back then.
Ewing had Ewings.
Yeah, Ewing had the Ewings, and Ice Cube was wearing them. They was wearing them in the hood with khakis, gangsters.
Still look good. He put out another line again this year. Like, I saw him showing the shoe. Like, I was like, man, people don't know you, Patrick. You're trying.
Ain't nobody buying that. But back then, because the world was so much smaller then, if you could get some Ewings, like, I got the Ewings, and we was wearing khakis in Ohio because they is wearing khakis and Ewings in the West Coast or Chucks. Like, we dressed like that because it wasn't, it was just different then, man. But man, we kind of got off the thing and we kind of deep into it now. But
can I say too, for this, it's the same. Like, if I remember, like, once again, I came to the US at that perfect sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? It was the perfect.
What year was it?
86, 87. It was the perfect sweet spot.
That year,
the perfect sweet spot.
87.
Because everything was good. It was the perfect US world at that point. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it.
Let me tell you, Magic and Bird was going on then.
Mm-hmm.
You had Villanova upset Georgetown, Stephen, our home team, in the national championship game, the Raleigh Massimino game. In 86. You had, that was the year the Chicago Bears actually won that Super Bowl. The season was 85, but they won in 86.
86, yep. Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah, Super Bowl shuffle. I mean, I'm giving you a walking history lesson, Stephen. You little young fella. Go ahead, I'm just saying
the point I was making was during that time period, there was no, like, I hate to say, like, you went straight from the football season, right? And you just jumped on the NBA, and the NBA wasn't like, there was no people getting arrested, no one just coasting away.
Were they not? We didn't know about it. The world is smaller now. Social media.
No, we saw. I saw.
Dude was doing stuff.
I was watching the games, Kev. They were still good games. They were
great games.
They were heated rivalries.
No one was getting arrested. I'm saying, but would we know then in '86 what was going on?
We probably wouldn't know.
Would we know what was going on in Portland with the Portland Trailblazers like we would today? You wouldn't.
No way. Just no way.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Small market teams had local coverage, and that was it. Nobody even wrote about them at a national level. You never know what was going on.
The NBA was still playing tape delay games.
Yep.
Like if you was watching the Celtics and Lakers in LA.
Yeah, I remember the tape delay. Tape delay. This is a tape delay game. Yeah,
but you didn't look at your phone and ruin it for yourself by seeing the score pop up.
There was no way to find out. Really,
there was no way to find out.
Then you call someone, hey, what's the score of the Lakers game?
Did you see the game?
And that was too expensive.
Yeah. Call the Vikings. You had to make a whole long distance call.
No, you didn't want to make that phone call, man. That was a $10 call right there. That was $10 for 1 minute.
There wasn't no internet to get on and see. No, you tape delay games work.
You ate that. You ate the tape delay.
Now we talking about what to watch. When I watch something, I'll pause it, walk away, go do something, get my food, come back. I turn my phone on silent and turn it face down. And so I come back and I play and I fast forward through the commercials.
So you have to watch the commercials.
Yeah, I don't watch commercials. I try not to. Now in the fourth quarter, I will. Because I'm caught up and I'm watching it live now, but I'm trying to be able to fast forward through halftime.
You try to time it so that you get to that point where it's you can watch it. Okay, I'm with you.
Like the fourth quarter, I can watch live. I can tolerate the fourth quarter commercial. Now I did do that with the Super Bowl because Super Bowl commercials, even though it was trash this year, but I watched the Super Bowl live because it can't pause or fast forward through the new commercial. I might miss something that everybody talking about tomorrow. But yeah, totally different. I agree with Roy. But Steve, we'll always probably disagree with you because we the old heads who've seen some things. You've seen some things too, but you've seen some things like LeBron has seen some things, So yeah, it's
a little different.
A little different. Yeah. But man, so far as we'll go ahead and get back on topic and get out of here about the next 10 minutes. So as far as let me say this how I perceive it. Like right now, as far as Super Bowl's over, the next big thing to me, and see, everything becomes a thing. We didn't know what was going on at the NFL Combine 35, 40 years ago. Nobody cared. It wasn't even a thing. You got reports of what jokers run up. Not everybody's into the NFL Combine. Everybody's a scout.
It's being televised. Every event.
Every day. Every position. So they feel
how many reps they did 225. How many reps he get?
The offseason used to be from the end of the Super Bowl until the draft. That used to be the offseason. That was it. They didn't even ESPN had guys at the combine, but they didn't really talk about it like that. You know what I mean? Like they wrote about it. It
wasn't as in-depth as it is.
Yeah,
now.
It just wasn't. It wasn't a thing. I remember that. I remember the offseason actually existed. There was a period where there was nothing that you really wrote about other than what you thought people would do in the draft.
Yeah, you wrote about it. Now you go to pro days, everybody go to the combine, everybody gets invited.
Your team's offseason starts the day you get eliminated. They start writing about you, everything you're going to do next season. The day y'all get eliminated, your offseason, okay, who y'all going to sign, who you going to franchise tag. It's crazy how that cycle works.
Because there is now a market for that because, again, the society in the world is much smaller. People pay attention. People can pay attention. I can go to my phone and be on one of the sports apps and follow every team I want to follow, and I get updates for everything going with that team. In my phone right now, I got the Steelers, the Cavaliers, Cincinnati Reds, Ohio State Buckeyes, and I got the Browns, the Ravens, and the Bengals because they're part of the AFC North, and I do an AFC North show on the Steel Curtain Network, and I got to kind of keep up what's going on with the rest of the AFC North teams. So, yeah, you can get your news how you want it. I don't got to sit and watch SportsCenter. I don't even like watching the pregame football. I turn on when it's time for the game because I know everything I need to know. I don't got to sit and listen to these talking heads. I don't like it no more. I don't watch College Game Day. I know enough that they can't tell me nothing. Let me watch the game.
You're the reason these Bama's are losing their jobs and retiring. It's you.
Hey, I don't need them. Yeah, I don't need them. I didn't need them back in the day, but you know, I guess I did.
It's fun to, it was more fun to watch.
What'd you say, Roy?
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Now you get to my all week long. I can turn to Colin Coward or turn to NFL Live or NBA Today and every day of the week.
I mean,
get caught up.
I mean, you're right. There's like one football guy I'll actually listen to, and that's Al Michaels. And that's pretty much it. Al Michaels, like Al Michaels, he's color for
Amazon.
Yeah, I'll listen to them, but otherwise I listen to I do the NFL Network thing where you just get the game sounds. So you're right.
You're not watching the game live then.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't, because I mean, like you said, you can now choose how you want to experience the game. So they make it so you can kind of make your own bubble.
Yeah. And in real news too, we know that. Except they're trying to stop that some places.
Yeah, and
from their First Amendment rights. But okay, go ahead.
In terms of like the pregame stuff, I stopped watching when the guys that I like started retiring. So like, you know.
But I never got into watching that stuff at 9 in the morning until kickoff. Like, that's too much. I don't need it.
We always had it on because we always hosted, and this is part of the dead season thing. I was always helping my mother cook and get stuff ready for football because people would come over for the early game and people would stay all day long. My mother would do like hors d'oeuvres and stuff, and then she'd have a Sunday meal for us to eat in between the one game and the 4 game. So like we would have all that stuff on. My grandfather loved that stuff. Number one, he'd have sports stuff on all day long anyway. So on football Sunday, he had that stuff on as early as it came on. So yeah, I just got used to it. It was familiar. Yeah. But like I said, once I stopped hearing the voices, once it started being like, all right, we're going to just do the Pat McAfee podcast, I was like, nah, I don't want to hear that shit. Click.
I like we talked about the podcast last week. I like what Pat McAfee did with his podcast and how he turned that into something more. You know, just him doing that. But I don't listen to that. Like I used to turn on Sports in the morning, and every show they recycled the same show top of every hour. It would be on Sports Center from 7 in the morning to 11. I worked second shift back then. I'll watch the same Sports Center. I don't do that no more. That's dumb.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Roy?
I mean, I watch some of the early Sunday morning shows, but I'm not watching it for the guys talking. I'm usually I'm watching it for the interviews. You know, when they interview certain players and you get a little background, you know, like this happened, his mom died, his uncle died, he was raised by his grandmamas, whatever, like I watch it for those. I like those stories.
Yeah, the human side.
Yeah, and they do have them almost every single.
No, I think I see more of that on College Game Day.
Yeah, you see that too on College Game Day.
Yeah, I see more of that. The professional athletes getting paid millions. I don't care about that. Like I seen a story this year was touching on College Game Day. I don't know how I caught it. I haven't been watching it. Rewound it and showed it to my wife because it was just touching. A girl that died in a car crash. She was a huge Georgia Bulldog. I think she went to Georgia. Mm-hmm. And a man needed a heart transplant. Ooh. He was a Florida Gator. Like in big rivalry. Mm-hmm. And he got this young lady's heart transplant, and he met her family, and he's a Gator, they're Bulldogs and stuff. And he got this lady's heart, and it's funny now, for that reason, he roots for the Georgia Bulldogs. He's at the Florida Georgia game dressed in Bulldog Georgia gear.
I'm good now.
Yeah,
saved my life.
Was a blessing, and he said, I don't think it's a conscious effort. I think my heart just literally has me pulling for Georgia. Like so,
that's a great story, right?
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's literally a great story. But like, to be honest,
your heart, Kev.
I honestly used to hate stuff like that, man. I used to hate that stuff because everything in the NFL used to be, every NFL Sunday used to be, this guy just came back from Afghanistan and his son has autism and he actually has 11 kids and here are pictures of all of them. Mm-hmm. And that was every story. Every single story was, and God bless America. It'd be jets flying over and shit. And it'd be, It was a lot. It was a lot. That you know what I'm talking about. It was about from about 2003 to about 2009.
Pat Tillman.
It was a lot of that going on. It wasn't just that was when I think back then, like 2003 was actually when they started doing the national anthem all the time at every game. Like it was a lot. Rory, I know you're looking at me funny, but I wish you could go back and watch those games with that coverage still cut back in, because now they take all that stuff out, so you don't see it. But it was like it kind of like you said. You see how they have a story of a really sad guy every single week. It was kind of like that, but it was like, yo, how are they finding Afghanistan families with autistic children every single week? Every team got a guy like this. That's a problem. Why are we going to address that? Instead of
it's the community outreach.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. It was like, yo, maybe something is going on here. Like, you know, it just was too much for me. I not to be like cynical or anything like that, but I would be like, click.
Was it the Hard Knocks or one of those TV shows? The All or Nothing Hard Knocks, where they started following the GMs in the off season. Was that? Yeah,
it's Hard Knocks by division. You can do a whole division. Hard box in season Hard Knocks.
I'm talking about the off-season one when they
they follow a team. Yeah.
It was when the Giants. That one was insightful. That was a great.
I used to love Hard Knocks 20 years ago. I don't watch it no more. I might have looked at it a little bit when Aaron Rodgers went to New York just for the media of it all a few years ago. Didn't watch the whole season. Looked at a little bit of it. I think our last one I really watched was when Darrelle Revis was holding out his contract and stuff. They were at the Jets then too. That was probably 2012, maybe.
That's because there's no mystery, Kevin. You don't need Hard Knocks anymore because everybody on the team is real time telling you everything that's happening.
That part.
It was fun. The first season when the Cowboys were on there, you saw that stuff you didn't get to see. That was cool. But it's like when Michael Parsons telling you exactly what's happening every day. What the hell do you need Hard Knocks?
That's part of the reason why, because I don't really care about my team. I need to know all about my team, and doing some Steelers podcasts and being involved and keeping up with other local Steeler media personalities that do the different stuff. I know everything I need to know. I don't have to watch to hear, because so many times the national media is so wrong with the narrative on your team. But before you got connected to the inside, you could specifically follow a local sports writers and beat writers on that team. You listen to them guys. They don't know what they're talking about 50% of the time now.
Yeah, so sometimes they're a little biased. You know what I'm saying? They have a hate. They have a hate. They have a hate. But I was just thinking that, I think when the Hard Knocks came out, I don't know if they were trying to tap into that dead time. With let's follow the GMs around and see what the GMs are going through in the offseason. It was
interesting, but they played it like as it was going on. They cover it for a week. Then after that preseason game, they would show the week leading up to that preseason game that just happened. Like it was always behind. But
not when they were getting rid of Saquon. That was like on real time. That was like
that was just a couple years ago. Like I haven't watched. Like I said,
I remember that Saquon was like upset that he was finding out about stuff.
This past year was Buffalo, right?
Hard Knocks.
Yeah,
that was crazy. Can you imagine that? Like, wait, they're thinking about getting rid of me. That was. I think that was more up to date.
Yeah, you get out of here, Stephon. But fellas, okay, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna name, and we see if we agree in order. I'm gonna name next thing up this dead season. Now I'll be watching the NBA tomorrow. I'm still into Cleveland Cavaliers trading for James Harden. It'll be his fourth game being a Cavalier after the All-Star break.
I'm assists that first game. He was getting some assists.
Yeah, well, he averaged. He's fourth in assists in the league. James Harden's a baller, but it's another topic. But so I'm watching that. I don't expect everybody. I think the next thing up from a global perspective, or at least a national perspective,
is the U.S.
NFL draft. So no, I mean NFL combine. So Steven, what's next after that to you? After the combine?
After the combine is definitely the NFL draft. The NFL draft's the biggest thing.
What do you say, Roy?
I'm with the same. I'm saying NFL.
Okay. Let me after the NFL. Now think about how polarizing and how intentional everything is. So we're just gonna go from the combine. We're not gonna pay no attention. Y'all not gonna pay no attention to NFL free agency. Happens before the draft. No attention to it.
I mean,
the draft is the end of April. So we go from the combine
now, though.
to the draft. What?
Free agency starts before the damn season ends now, though. They talking about who's going to get signed.
It's not a deal until it's a deal. You can't sign nobody.
Kevin, that's what I'm saying. We've had seasons where the biggest talked about name doesn't get signed until the day of the opening day. So that nobody wants.
Those are your own free agents. Those are guys holding out. Free agency is where you sign a guy from another team to come to your team, and it's a new addition. So free agency to me is next after the combine because you don't know what you're doing in the draft till you go through free agency. Will we concur? Or y'all still want to go from?
I don't know. If your team is bad enough, you know exactly what you're doing in the draft.
No, because you can't feel. You gotta feel some holes in free agency, and that changes what you do in the draft.
Evan, the Cowboys defense has so many holes. All of our draft board is defense. There's no question in that. We're taking the best defensive player available.
Y'all probably got to. Y'all don't have a lot of money for free agency.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So, but other people, are we talking from national perspective? Not you. Not you, the Cowboy fan.
I still think the draft kind of eclipses free agency.
Well, you're way off because you can't have the draft without free agency. So if you went from the combine to the draft, hold on, you also left out March Madness. We skipping March Madness in college basketball. We talking from a timetable perspective from now. We skipping March Madness.
I'm not skipping all of March Madness. No, I'm not. No.
Okay, so do you want to reevaluate?
It's hard. Here's the thing. I feel like March Madness is a thing for people who like sports, but the part of it that becomes the big thing is only the big thing for like the first couple of rounds. Once all them casuals brackets gets busted, they stop watching. You know what I'm saying? And they don't care who wins the championship. They don't even know who wins the championship.
I disagree. You do got a lot of casuals, but March Madness is a thing, though. Starting with the conference tournaments, starting with that.
True.
Starting with the bracket reveal.
True.
Then that first, them play-in games, and people might not care about that Tuesday, Wednesday game, where to see who's going to the Final Four, the 68, who's going to make it to go out them 4 teams. But then you got the Thursday, Friday. Everybody's watching. I used to take off work to watch. My boy B Dirt go out to Vegas for that first weekend of March Madness every year. So it's a whole March Madness is a whole thing that you can't skip in the dead season calendar. It's so to me so far.
Well, I thought we established that though. I think of all, we from jump.
March Madness kind of kicks it off.
March Madness is the next thing. We said that.
But
already.
I asked in order. I said
if I'm picking it apart though. If I'm picking it apart,
I eliminated that. I thought that we discussed that, so I wasn't going to say it again.
We're finishing up by saying this.
Okay.
This is how it goes from here. The combine, boom, to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Agree? You guys agree? We'll pay attention to the combine.
I agree that, yes. Combine.
Okay. I'm going to pay attention to free agency because I want to know who's going to sign Mike Evans, who just said he's leaving the Buccaneers to test free agency. I want to know where some guys might get traded to once the new season starts in March, because all this matters in the draft. If you get certain players, you don't need those positions in the draft because you pay free agency money to get them.
Can I say this about free agency? I agree that some years free agency completely eclipses everything else, especially like the Saquon year. Some of those names, like Derrick Henry was in that mix that year. Sometimes the names are so huge and the money is so big. Yeah, free agency becomes a huge thing. But I think for one, the league in general is going through the same thing the NBA is going through. The league's getting a lot younger. So like free agency takes a hit because the guys that would normally be big names are a lot older now. So guys like Von Miller.
That's how life happens.
But let me finish.
Like when Tom Brady was a free agent.
Yes, that's different though. That's like the best. You talk about the GOAT.
That's what Kev's saying though.
Yeah, you talk about the
big
GOAT.
players.
But that's exactly what I'm saying, Rory.
Where
It's so dependent on where we're at, where the league is at, which players are available.
If you're a football fan from a national perspective, where's Kyler Murray gonna get traded to? Arizona's not bringing him back.
What I mean to say,
like you care about Tom Brady.
If let's say if after Harbaugh got fired, Lamar demanded a trade. Now free agency is the biggest damn thing anybody's talking about. Nobody care about the draft now because now one of the biggest players in the league wants to leave his team and is demanding a trade. Now free agency. Now you're right. Free agency is the main event because one of the best.
It's not the main event. It's the next event.
Well, I just don't like this year. I don't think this free agency year counts because like the biggest name is like Trey Hendrickson.
It all counts for everybody. Roy, is Matt Stafford going to retire? Was he going to come back?
Ooh, I think he has unfinished business, but you never know.
When you find out when the new league year starts, you get an idea what he's going to do.
He's coming back. Stafford's going to go out on his shield. Stafford's going to go out on his shield.
Combine, free agency, March Madness, opening day baseball into March. Counts
opening day. Opening day is big deal. Opening day is a big deal.
You got after that, beginning of April, it's still part of March Madness, but you got the Final Four, first weekend in April, that first Monday night. Then you got the Stanley Cup playoffs
kick in, right?
Then you got the NBA playoffs start like middle April, April 15th, right? Then you got the draft, April 20, last weekend in April. Then in May, that's when it starts to slow. Now you pay attention to baseball because you done had the draft, you done had the combine. You waiting on off-season training, waiting on your rookies to show up. If you're a football fan, you watching basketball in the March Madness is over beginning of April. You're watching the NBA playoffs, probably the conference finals by the time you get to the maybe the semifinals. But you watching the final 8 teams in the NBA play all these series and stuff. I mean, so there's a calendar of the way things come up that I think you got to adhere to. And to me, you can't skip NFL free agency as part of it.
I think the thing about the NFL is that the NFL doesn't rely as much on narratives and things to drive their viewership. The NFL is kind of like a monolith in US sports. So yeah, people are going to watch it no matter what. And I think that's the big difference is that with the NBA in especially in March Madness, those narratives, the narratives drive a lot. What happens if there's a Cinderella team, now everyone in the country is watching. If a Cinderella team gets on a run, people who don't watch basketball are going to watch those games because everyone's going to be talking about that. But if that doesn't happen and it's just good basketball like last year, people like you and me and Rory love it because it's great basketball.
We do think everybody else cares about the dead season? The sports fan cares about the dead season. We're not talking about average Joe at the water cooler.
But Kevin, I'm speaking specifically about the dead season. I'm talking about that. Like March Madness is. Let me finish.
We talking about who watching it. We talk about sports fans as missing sports. We're not talking about.
No,
we're not talking about.
Okay, I'm comparing to the draft, but you won't let me finish. What I'm saying is March Madness is fun for basketball fans, but it can kickstart the end of the dead season way early if a Cinderella team gets on a run, because now people are watching sports when they weren't. That's all I'm saying. The draft brings in people who don't watch sports. The NFL draft is that big, and that's the end of the day. That's the end. If the NBA playoffs weren't that great, it's okay because we got the draft coming up. The beginning of the playoffs not that good. Okay, we got the draft coming up. Baseball, spring baseball, is kind of sucky actually.
No, by the time the NBA, the NFL draft comes, the baseball will be a month in.
Yeah,
get the calendar right.
And it should.
Baseball starts March 29th.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm disagreeing. I think a month of baseball is not enough for it to get good yet. I don't think pitchers are settling in until the second month of baseball. Watch.
Go ahead, Roy.
I was gonna say that I think the whole dead season it's almost like person specific. It all depends on what you like. And there are people that don't like baseball, so they baseball's a wash.
I'm not mentioning hockey. I didn't mention that. Oh, I gotta watch the Stanley Cup Finals playoff. I don't.
I only care when it comes to hockey.
I love hockey.
When it comes to hockey, I don't care about the Devils.
I don't think the playoffs kill the dead season. They don't.
If the Devils don't make it,
watch hockey.
I ain't watching it. I'm good.
I'm done. Hockey.
I'm done. I'm just saying that some people are team specific. Some people are they just care about the sport in general. Some people just I'm saying that if the New Jersey Devils don't make the playoffs, I don't care about NHL. I'm done. I'm already done. You cut me out. Cut me out.
Yeah, I don't care about it. I know about it. I hear about it, but I don't.
And baseball, I mean, I think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. I'm not a big boy. I'm not a big baseball person.
Most Cincinnati Reds games all year long, like a Reds. I don't watch it. I don't watch baseball till the playoffs start in October. But I watch the Reds all the time.
I watch the Nats all year, even though we're terrible. I watch the games, and I generally, if a team is really good, that's like Toronto, I watch them because they were rolling. But like, I'm with you, Kevin. Baseball to me doesn't get really good until it's super competitive. Until about there's so many games. I mean, it's like it's kind of like soccer, Rory, where like it's some of it's not that fun to watch until the regional. Until regional championships start happening, until those regulation, those they'll start to kick in. You got teams really pressing.
That's if you're not a fan. Rory likes soccer, so he'll watch it. So it's a different. What I'm saying is, as far back to March Madness, we'll get out of here because we're at an hour now. But March Madness, like everybody gets into it because everybody plays. You don't got to know what you're talking about. You just get a bracket, you fill it out. So you got those novice watching
the game now. You got skin in the game.
Yeah, but now the dead season, there's not dead season to them. It's just, I'm gonna do a March Madness bracket. Maybe I can win. You know what I mean? The dead season is for the avid sports watcher, where we don't have nothing to really watch on TV. When March Madness comes, I'm watching that whole first day. Now it'll be games I select because there's so many games. But for team as advanced, we get to the Sweet 16. I'm watching all those 8 games that whole weekend, all of them. They're set up so you can watch them all. Now, the first round and the second round, you got to pick a game, right? Because they playing all day all over the country. But when you get to the Sweet 16, you can watch mostly all of them. So I watch it all.
I think the last thing I'm going to say is I think the one thing that we all kind of agree on is that football is the monolith. And when you talk about the dead season, it's from the perspective of football fans. They're talking about, hey, there's no NFL, there's no college football. And for college football, it's so much different now. You can stay so plugged in, but it's still a long stretch of you not getting to see football. It really is. Even with the NFL, it's a long stretch of guys not
playing. Stretch. It's the biggest stretch of all sports.
Guys just not playing. So I think that's what we talk. That's what everybody is talking about when they talk about the dead season. It's about when football comes back.
So, and what we talk about is what to do between that and then when it starts again.
To kill the dead.
During the dead.
Kill the dead. To give it some life.
What can I do? Because football's over. I don't want to start doing crack. I need to watch something. What can I watch? That's exactly what
I will definitely watch soccer before I do crack. That is for sure.
I would
soccer thanks you.
Definitely gonna watch soccer.
Japanese ping pong championship before I do crack.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, I don't know that we got anywhere, but we kind of gave the people some different thoughts anyway, man. I mean, you guys want to say anything? We go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate you guys again. It was a fun discussion. I mean, you guys want to say anything before we go, man?
Thanks for joining us.
I will say that if you want to kill the dead zone, replace football with football.
If you want to do that, check out the UFL. It's like real football.
Yeah, that's like great value football.
It is, but if you want to watch football, though, you'll watch it.
Yeah, it's the Ollie's version. It's the Ollie's version.
I completely left out the WNBA. I look forward to that a little bit. I'll watch them games too.
Yeah,
I watch some WNBA early on. It starts May 15th. I'll watch it.
Local team is good, so I usually watch any local team that's good.
Dallas Wings, baby. Dallas Wings. Watch the
I like-
Dallas
I-
Wings
I-
as much as you
I like
can.
Chicago Sky, but shout out Cleveland.
Hey.
He's the team next season. So I'm going for them. But with
Yeah,
that being
thanks,
said,
everybody.
everybody, thanks for tapping in. For myself, the homie Rory and Steven. We out till next week. Thanks for tapping in. JAG2G. We out.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.